Hey everybody, this is John Franklin Reviewer and welcome back to my channel for another movie review. I decided since we got plenty of time before Christmas rolls around, I'm going to do a second horror Christmas movie. And the one I decided to pick came out in 2015 called Krampus. Now what this movie is about is a dysfunctional family who gets into a little bit of a squabble, and Krampus and his minions decide to give them a little bit of a visit. So I decided I'm going to switch this up a little bit, and I'm going to start with the dislikes, then we'll get to the likes later on. Well, the first dislike I want to talk about is there are a lot of long stretches in certain scenes that just go on and on and on, and nothing is really going on. Now, I understand that movies and TV shows might actually have heavy-handed dialogue for a while. At least a lot of those ones will keep me interested. This one was putting me to sleep. Then another dislike I got to talk about is Krampus and his minions. Well, let's start with the minions. First off, the title character is your villain. You think you're going to see him more and you don't. But the minions, the toys, you see more of them. They're not that scary. I didn't really care that much for them. I thought they were okay, and that's the best I could say. Now, Krampus himself, as I just did mention, yeah, he's not really even in it that much. It doesn't even seem like this guy really even does much. How's he supposed to be this scary leader? And then the final dislike, and this always will bother me, like a lot of movies that do this, 3 different endings. Now, I'm not going to give them away. I'm just going to say it this way. The way that it first could have ended was okay. The second ending was very fucked up, and I actually think that's the way it should have ended. Then when it came to the third one, they decided to cop out, and they decided just to make it a happy ending. And now on to the likes. Okay, the first thing I got to talk about is the beginning credits, is the first 5 minutes of this movie, telling you right here on YouTube, this has got to be the best beginning I have ever seen in a movie in a very long time. Pretty much is like supposed to take place a day or two before Christmas Eve. It's last minute shopping and just the craziness that's going through while we get the credits going on, where you get, people running into a mall, people are punching each other for items, people are stomping on each other, people are being tased by the mall cops, which I think is my favorite part. I just bust out laughing every time. Then another thing I want to talk about, a character named Max, is he ends up having a little bit of a fight with 2 of his older female cousins over believing in Santa Claus. So what happens is when he finally gets up to his room, and it looks like he still wants to mail this to Santa Claus at the North Pole, he finally decides, screw it, he starts ripping it up and he throws it out the window. It starts flying up in the air, and it reminds me almost of Mary Poppins, and that's if Mary Poppins was a psycho bitch that was going to come after you and kill you with her special umbrella. There are moments of funny lines in this, and I do have to at least highlight one character. All the actors do a good job for what their part's supposed to be, but one I got to talk about, I can't remember the actress's name, but the character is Aunt Dorothy, and you might recognize her from the show 2.5 Men, where I think she was the maid. Please correct me if I'm wrong about this, to Charlie Sheen. Now, her great attitude and funny attitude toward Charlie Sheen and the rest of the cast, I think she brings that on very well into this movie, and she's my favorite character because every time she says something, it always makes me laugh, no matter if it's supposed to be funny or not. There's a scene with an uncle and something that happens in the kitchen. It's great. It's probably maybe one of my favorite scenes. Another thing that I really do like here is that one of the characters is telling a story about Krampus. They do it in stop motion style. When you first see the movie, you're like, oh, is it really going to be kind of a jumbly kind of thing with doing live action and then telling this story in stop motion? No, it works perfectly, and I really did like it. And then the final like I got to say, and a lot of people would complain about this, and I probably would agree with you for most horror movies, this movie is PG-13. Most horror movie PG-13 movies do suck, I do agree. This is the only one I could actually say works really well, where there's like no gore for Krampus, 2.5 out of 4 stars. This is definitely a movie I will still recommend to people who have not seen it, and if you are someone that has seen it but it's been a while, give it another shot. Now, for the people who have seen this movie, do you like it? Do you not like it? Give me a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.